Okay, so we will start by analyzing the documentary and the 10 techniques they have to recruit people in their organization.
Yeah, so one thing we saw was that they slowly was introduced to more beliefs. So this was manipulation over time. They become like bigger and more stronger. Yeah.
The second one was that they wanted people to isolate from other relationships and wanted them to only spend time with people in the organizations. And we saw this, for example, when Mark and Bonnie had their wedding. The only person who was not from the organization was Bonnie's mom. She was the only one who was from outside.
Yeah, and they also use a lot of cognitive dissonance. When, for example, Mark confronted Nancy, like, oh, I think that you are a little bit too positive, you know, and then she was like, but it's you that is the problem. So she turned that around like that. So yeah.
And the third thing is that they try to like choose people who were like considerate about something or had anxiety or missed something in their life. So they chose vulnerable people and they encourage them to share their deepest like thoughts and fears and secrets.
Phobias as well.
Yeah,
a lot of phobias.
For like to the leaders and in front of the group.
Yeah, and another thing that they did a lot was to have a special name for the highest leader. He was called Vanguard, and they also said that he was one of the smartest people in the world. He has the highest IQ, you know, and they even said that this source came from the Guinness World Record. So they really tried to be convincing that he was the like best human in the world and smartest. Yeah.
And they also had their reward system where they had like were rewarding certain behaviors. For example, with the scarves, and this was a way for them to. They explained it that they wanted to be unified, but this was something that they wanted people. It was a way. When they were recruiting people for people to wanting to be there and stay there and want to come higher up in the organization.
Exactly, and this is kind of similar, but it felt like they were dependent on the organization. So they make it seem like the group is the only solution to their problems in life. Like you said before, they had a lot of issues and problems with themselves, and they make it seem like this organization could save you in that way.
They also wanted people to act fast in the recruitment process.
Yeah.
And they pressured people and they wanted people to make fast decisions to connect them to the organization.
Exactly, and another thing was that they spend a lot of money but also time to like climb into the program and become better. And this could also be a way to like keep them into the organization, to put so much money and time. Then they would feel like, oh, we don't have a choice because now we have put so much effort into this, so we can't leave the organization now when we have like paid so much to be here. Yeah.
And the last thing that they did to recruit people was that they loved bomb people. Like they were using a lot of praise and affection, and there was a lot of like emotional in the environment, which made it difficult for the people to think critically because they got very attached to people emotionally and they got very close to people.
Yeah, and they also show off this great lifestyle that's
we're just saying that we're moving on until the next question.
Yeah,
so now we're saying 5 techniques that they use to persuade the people that they didn't mention.
Yeah, so we have come up with some things that we thought about.
Yeah.
So one of the things was that they show of this great lifestyle. They have so much money, they fly private jets, and they also hang out a lot with celebrities. Like, for example, Dalai Lama was there to, how do you say?
He visited them,
visit
yeah.
the group, and that shows maybe the person there to say, oh, they even have like celebrities in this kind of group.
Similar to the love bombing, but they also used encouraged emotional bonding between the members. We saw this in the video or the documentary, but they didn't mention it as this. They really fostered strong bonds between members, and that people should be close to each other.
Exactly. So let's see. I don't have anything. Have you?
Oh, yeah. And they also wanted people to publicly commit and say that they wanted to be say their thoughts and
be vulnerable
into the group. That also made people more obligated, because when they have said something, they had to stick with that. If they said it in the group, like we could see Nancy interviewing or having more like a therapeutic session in front of others. So that's one thing we thought about. And also the last thing is that they promote personal growth. If you do this, you can become a better person.
We always like that.
Yeah.
You can become a better person if you just do this and do.
And you become a member in our organization.
Exactly.
Like Bonnie, she wanted to improve her music career. So you can become a better person if you stay with us.
Exactly.
So the conclusion of this,
it is that it is so important to be more critical to your environment and what we see on media, social media, but also in real life. Because the other assignment that we also had when we looked at Trump and how he's manipulating things, it's so important to be aware of these things. And when we now have the knowledge, it's easier for us to be like, whoa, this is something that's manipulating.
So we concluded that now we have more knowledge about this. We can also be more aware of the fact what is manipulative and fake news and what is not.
Exactly. Really good
assignment.